Morning, guys. It's Thursday morning's devotion now, and I hope you're in for a fantastic day. I hope you listened to what we said yesterday about the fact that God says, I'll put the words in your mouth. You just say what I tell you to say. It's an incredibly unique dynamic. But here's an intriguing thing. God is able to use donkeys. If you don't speak what God tells you to speak, God will find possibly someone else. And that would be really sad, because he wants you to be a part of building his kingdom by doing this kind of stuff. Now we read the story from yesterday continues, and it's intriguing that God said to Balaam, okay, go, just do what I say, what I tell you to say. So Balaam packed his stuff and he left. And on the way there, his donkey began to behave very strangely and 3 times diverted off the path and knocked his leg against the wall. And Balaam is freaking out. He's as angry as could be. So he beats his donkey 3 times and says, you stupid donkey, what the heck are you doing? And you're not taking me to where I need to go. And the donkey begins to speak, and he says to Balaam, he says, hey Balaam, have I not been your donkey since a child? And you don't trust me? Have you not noticed my strange behavior? It might just be for a reason. And suddenly Balaam's eyes are opened to what's going on at the front of the road. There's an angel standing there with a sword, and he's about to do Balaam in. So this donkey saved Balaam's life. But the intriguing thing, as we look for an analogy here, is that God can use anything, God can use anyone to achieve his purpose. You don't have to be highly educated, you don't have to be greatly gifted, you just have to know God. And God will choose you to do the most unusual things if you will just take that step of faith and begin to see what's going on around you. Have a look at the supposed donkeys in the world around you and see if they're not behaving strangely. Maybe God is wanting to speak to you. Maybe the donkey that is driving you through life is suddenly changing direction. Maybe there's something happening that you think, this is so unusual. What's going on over here? People, look carefully and listen well, because God may just be speaking to you through the donkey. He may just be saying to you, things are changing and I'm going to use something unusual to speak into your life. Please listen carefully. And if you don't obey, then there may just well be consequences, as would have been with Balaam. Sometimes the consequences are horrific, but sometimes the consequences may not be quite that bad. But the fact at the end of the day is you may have just missed God's plan for your life. People, here's 2 lessons. First lesson is, if you don't speak, God can use a donkey. And if you don't open your mouth, God will use somebody or something else, and that would be incredibly sad for everybody. So be aware, God wants to use you. Open your mouth and speak. That was yesterday's. But be aware today that God can use anyone. I mean, anyone. Just read the Bible. It's the story of God using nobodies. It's the story of God using people who have been criminals, who have been rejected, who have been outcasts in society, people who the world has not understood. And yet God is saying, I can use people just like that. You know, we often say, and I probably have said it myself, man, imagine if that guy became a Christian, what influence he would have. Oh, imagine if that great sportsman had become a believer, what a testimony he would have for God. I've stopped saying that, because God does not need celebrities. God does not need fancy or famous people in order to have an effective word for himself and for his kingdom. God can use anyone. And Paul says this, he says that, have you not noticed that amongst us there are not many who are wealthy or famous or well known? God has chosen the poor things of this world to confound the powerful things. God has used the weak things of this world against the strong. And God always wins. Maybe your circumstances are all over the place. Have a look today. Maybe God might be changing something. Maybe that's the donkey for you. Never forget that God is able to use you for his purpose, and look out for what the donkeys in your life may be saying to you. Yes, we had 3 things in one go today. Have a fantastic day, people. Go and listen to what we're talking about here. And for goodness sake, won't you apply it? But have a fantastic day, guys. See you tomorrow. God bless you.